Welcome to part 12, the finale of Super Mario Bros. 3. We're in world number 8, so let's start this off. I've mentioned before many times, the Koopa Doom Ship levels are my favorite, and I'm very happy to say most of World 8 is Koopa Doom Ship style levels. I absolutely love it. Some of them are easier than others, but it doesn't change the fact that I absolutely love it. So this one's actually one of the tougher ones right off. You can touch the ground in between the tanks and, I guess, flame-throwing tanks. But you can touch the ground, actually, so there's that. They will keep moving if you're on the ground, though, so you gotta be careful. They'll push you off screen, and I'm pretty sure you die. You want to stand on the barrels long enough to where after those chipmunk bone-throwing guys throw their... Not sure if they're wrenches or bones, but after they throw those. If you're Mini Mario, there is a mushroom right here. If you're Super Mario, it's a little tougher to get. When you are Super Mario, you want to duck when you're on the barrels of the cannons. You want to make sure if you're standing on double cannons, like I was just a second ago, that you're standing in the perfect angle to where you're actually hitting the cannonball when it comes out and you're not getting hit. You want to be careful of the bombs. They go off really fast now compared to previous levels. At least that's how it seems to me. Right here, I recommend waiting until you're a little ways further to the left, like you're just about to go off screen, and then do a running jump across that big gap. Watch out for the giant freaking cannon! That always made me panic when I was a kid because it's bigger. It shoots at the same speed as the normal cannons, but it's bigger, and it caught me off guard, and I'd always jump right into it. Anyway, you make it to the one with the little warp, with the warp pipe, and you come down and you beat the Boomerang Brother to get a star. That is it for technically level 1 of World 8. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into level number 2. This one is probably the easiest level in this world. I'm not going to lie, it's a lot easier than any of the other levels. You don't want to go for that block over that was on the left towards the beginning, because I don't know, I have terrible luck. I can never get it in time, and then I get hit. Yeah, it's better off. I'm always better off just not doing it. For this one, I really recommend being quick on jumping up because they like to surprise you with cannons. Like, there's a barrel and then there's a cannon. And with the way the ship's dipping up and down, it's not like the previous level because in the previous level, everything was level and not dipping up and down. So, like, since it's dipping up and down, the cannon balls are actually moving slightly up and slightly down depending on how much it's dipping and not. Or not, so you want to be careful. Just remember the angles and watch out for the chipmunk guys. They're my least favorite enemy in the game. I think I said before that bloopers are the most annoying, but I actually hate these chipmunk guys the most. This is the last cannon of this level. I recommend staying on it until the bomb blows up and blows up the other bomb as well. Then go down the pipe and we find another one of these Koopa guys. Get used to these guys. We're gonna see them like 4 times in this world. Anyway, these battles couldn't be any easier because you're in just a plain old square room. Nothing to it. So yeah, that was level number 2. We're gonna go ahead and go through the warp pipe. Again, I'm cutting them out. And right here, sniffle. You can get across all that without getting into one of these encounter things. That red guy I just took out was one of the Fire Brothers. A lot of people I know actually think he's the hardest of these kind of encounter battles. I don't think so. You just do a running jump and he's dead. These two you can skip over. The Hammer Brothers are the only ones you really got to slow down for. Anyway, this is one of the only encounters of the Fire Brothers that you're going to get to see. I believe there will be some in the extra video, but I have to actually record that. Dang it! This is the worst of these encounter things. As you can tell, as you walk across the rows, there's a chance that you're going to get into an encounter. This one's the worst if you don't have the leaf because of the friggin' fish. Flippin' fish. But yeah, it's not like... it's very much like, those levels in Super Mario Bros. 1 where you're running across the bridge and the fish are flying up behind you. Except they're coming at you this time, and that's a lot harder, and it's just... it's much tougher than the Brothers encounter. So you want to be careful. And I screw up. I was actually intending to use the P finger for this because it really changes up this level, but I didn't, so I'll show it off in the next level. But The reason I like using the P finger on this one is because it really changes the game. Like, it changes it from a platformer into something kind of like Gradius, where you're dodging everything and you're flying, and I think it's the funnest level to use the P finger on. Because I almost did, but then I forgot, and like, I didn't forget, I was on it. I thought I pushed the button to select it, and I didn't, and then I didn't realize, and yeah. So we went ahead and we're doing it the platforming way, which is also fun. It's just really fast. You gotta be very careful with your jumps. You want to stay on the cannons as much as, like the flamethrowers, as much as you can to make your jumps. And you want to watch out, of course, for the chipmunk guys. You want to be quick because they're moving really, really fast. I don't know if that's showing very well in the video, but they're moving really, really, really fast compared to other auto-scrolling things, so you gotta be quick. Otherwise, though, it's pretty standard Koopa Doom ship. It's funnest to use the P finger on. Kind of disappointed that I didn't. Maybe I'll put it in the extra video. Anyway, we're moving on to officially level number 1 of World A, even though it's like, what, we're like at level 7. This is the P finger. It lets you fly infinitely with the raccoon tail. It's really, really broken for platforming. That's why you get, actually you get a pretty decent chunk of them, to be honest. I think I have like 6, maybe 7. Anyway, if you fly up to the pipe like you saw, you can come in here and get 3 lives. In case you're running low, because of that stupid level in World 7. I'm going to describe this level a little bit, because this is actually the second hardest level in the game if you don't use the P finger. You gotta have very specific timing, and there's one jump where you have to jump onto a bullet bill in order to make it. Otherwise, though, when you have the P finger, which you should have several by now, it's a breeze. So anyway, we're going to move on to level number 2. Well, yeah, level number 2. We're going to move on to level number 2, and it's a pretty basic level, except, yeah, you know, it's not as hard as the previous level, so you want to watch out for the fire flowers, of course, but, you know, it's not that bad. Holy schnitzel, it's the sun! That's right. That's right. World 2 is not the only place with one of these kind of levels. I think the World 2 one is funner just because you're going really, really fast, but yeah, the killer sun is back. Oh, I love it. As for difficulty, like I said just a second ago, this level's actually really... Dang. He barely nicked me right there. This level's actually not that hard if you're decent at jumping on the music note blocks. Yay! I got 3 mushroom cards. I think this is actually the first time for mushrooms. And I get 2 lives out of it. I'm back up to 40. Yeah, I think I'm good to go. Anyway, those pipes take you back to previous screens. We're going to go ahead and move on to the mid-castle. This mid-castle is easily the most confusing one out of all the mid-castles in this game. As it rightfully should be. I mean, it is the last Midway castle. You want to make sure you have Super Mario here. Or something bigger. It's just, you need to be able to break these blocks. You can go through then. Well, you don't... No, we're just going to leave it at that. Yeah, you need to be Super Mario to break the blocks. Right here, if you got hit like I did, I recommend getting the mushroom and then going through that door down there underneath that crab ass. And then going straight back through in order to get a leaf right here. Just so that way you can take the extra hit. It helps, believe me. And you want to do exactly as I'm doing in this video, because there are a lot of doorways. It's very, very easy to get lost. I mean, very easy. Anyway, you want to do a running jump over to this door. Okay? There's going to be a P-switch. You want to run very quick and make sure to jump as soon as you see the dry bones. Don't stop running, just make sure you're jumping at the right times. When you get over here, you want to fall through that. And then you want to open up that block, and then there's going to be that P-switch. You want to go past the door that appears when you use it and go to the other door on the other side of the screen that appears. You wait for it to run out, and then the conveyor... making sure you're holding down, of course. And then the conveyor belt will take you to the Midway boss. I made it look very fast, but it's very easy to get lost, so, you know, be careful. This battle, it's a little frustrating just because of the conveyor belt, but honestly, it's still easy. The only one of those battles that should give you any trouble at all is going to be the one in World 6 that I died on. Just, ugh. So this is going to be a little confusing right here, because I realized that pipe didn't go anywhere, so I went back out. This is the pipe you want to take. And we move on to the last level before the big castle. Yeah, we're almost there, and this one's actually also kind of underwhelming, but it's so much fun. There are so many cannons. I don't know what it is. I love these levels so much. They're so much fun to play. Again, though, this is another easy one. I actually think it's probably the second easiest after the boat one in this world. So yeah, you want to make sure you're dodging, of course, and killing the chipmunks when you can. They'll come back eventually, I believe. Although I'm not seeing them come back. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But you want to make sure you're killing them as you see them, and, you know, just take it kind of easy. Go slow, basically. You don't need to go super, super fast. Go slow. We're focused on dodging. Make sure you're not getting hit. I mean, if you do get hit, then, you know, as long as you're Super Mario, it's not the end of the world. And even if you're Mini Mario, you're going to have so many lives by this point that it's not the end of the world either. It's just, you want to be careful, you know? See, it's really short compared to the others, or so it seems, and we're already done with this. Like, I can guarantee I'm going to beat this thing. You got to see that one fly for a little bit longer. That was pretty awesome. Not that it matters. Seriously, I'm so happy to say that is the last one of those guys we're ever going to have to see. So we're moving on to the final castle, and I'm finally going to show off the Hammer Brothers suit. So I'm going to start explaining it right now. What it does is it basically, you put on a Hammer Brothers suit, and you can throw hammers. You can beat the final boss in 5 hits with it. You want to make sure to jump right there because of the surprise friggin' lasers. Those things always catch me off guard. It's just, they're the only lasers you really have to worry about unless you get lost. This is another maze-like castle, but it's not as bad as the previous one. And I'm so sad I screwed up here. Not only did I lose the Hammer Brothers suit, but I went into Mini Mario. I got hit to Mini Mario. You want to make sure you're taking the same path as I am here, because you can get lost. It's just not as confusing as the previous castle. But yeah, it's really not that bad for a final castle. I don't feel the threat, to be honest, compared to Mario Brothers 1. You can jump over this crab ass, so make sure you do that, so that way you're, you know, have health, basically, for the final boss. We're getting close. It won't be long. Surprise laser! Seriously, you gotta watch out for those. And not all of these statues kick them out, which is frustrating. That first one's the only one I'm aware of in this room that kicks out a laser. Maybe that one does, and I don't know about it, but yeah. Anyway, folks. That's right, he's shooting fireballs at us, just like Mario Brothers 1. You can tell, we're getting close. Oh, we're getting close. Fireballs come in a set path, which means that once you memorize it, like do it a couple times, you're gonna have it down. Anyway, we're here at Bowser. So, he's a little bit tougher than Super Mario Brothers 1. As you can guess from right there, that should have given it away. What you gotta do is have him do ground pounds until he makes a hole in the floor and then he falls through. It can be a little bit tough. You want to watch out for the fireballs, and as you'll see here in just a second, like, literally, just like a couple seconds from now. Come on, do it already. Right there. He'll fake you out. So you want to be careful. Schnitzel. So I went back through. We're going to do this right this time. Alright. So like I said, he will fake you out, so you want to be careful. My strategy is to, well, and probably everyone's strategy if they do this right. If they do this way. Stay within the general area with 2 holes being made. If you can do that, then he'll get to the bottom relatively quick. I'm serious. Watch how quick I actually beat this guy. If you have fireballs, you can kill him in 10 hits, just like the Koopa Kids. Or if you have the hammer suit, if you have the hammer suit, you can actually beat him in 5. And that's definitely the easier way to go. But I screwed up, so we don't get to see that. Sorry. Anyway. Watch, he's about ready to die. That's right, we beat Mother Flippin' Bowser for, well, I guess this is technically the 3rd time, but we beat him the 2nd time in playthroughs I've done. Freaking awesome. And that door opens to Rainbow Road. No, I'm kidding. Actually opens up to the princess. Rainbow Road would have been a lot more awesome. Thank you, Mario. But our princess is in another castle. Just kidding. What a bitch. Actually, I love that. That's very funny. And yeah, we beat the game! Freaking awesome, right? This game actually went on longer than I was expecting. And these are the closest thing to credits. I don't know what it is with these early Mario games, but they don't have freaking credits. It drives me crazy. I want to show off the credits and the people who made these awesome games, but they just don't have them. We at least get to see the names of all the worlds we were in. Like, World 3 was Oceanside. Surprise. World 4 was Big Island. Again, surprise. World 5? It's just the sky. But yeah, we beat the game. It took longer than I was actually expecting. Like, I didn't realize just how long this game actually is compared to the first one. It's a lot longer. Which is awesome. There are a lot more levels, but because the levels are shorter, it doesn't really feel like it. Oh, I hate World 7. Anyway, so I'm actually surprised at how fast it went. I'm quite glad, though, because I already know how I'm going to do the next LPs I'm going to do. Like, I know what I'm going to do for the Pokemon and the Chrono Trigger games. This break was just what I needed. Anyway, there will be an extra video where I show some stuff off. That'll probably be up next Monday. I'm Gene the Pink Panther. This was Super Mario Bros. 3. It's my favorite Mario game ever. Stay tuned for my upcoming LPs. I'll see you later.